We're recording.
Hello.
Yay!
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Millennial Apartment Hunters. We've done this before, except Alice hasn't, so for her convenience and everybody else's who might be watching, Millennial Apartment Hunters is a fairly simple game where we we just have a bunch of people trying to find a good apartment. Unfortunately, that's very difficult because they are millennials, and as such, really difficult to find housing. There might be some avocado toast joke here somewhere. I don't know. Is that one too old by this point? Who knows? Uh, but basically, they'll be rolling. Basically, we'll be checking out apartments, about three of them, and for each one, we draw three tokens. There's the green, which is worth 2 points and represents a positive quality for an apartment. The red tokens, which is a negative quality and only worth 1 point. And then there's the black tokens, which are just beyond horrible. It is just ridiculous how terrible they are. And so basically, all those points come together to give the house an overall score, which, it might be a decent house, but too expensive, might just be really expensive and bad. Actually, I think price is low as long as it's a low score. So basically, it's a there's no like super mechanics. So
In the world of Millennial Apartment Homes, you must always make compromises.
yeah,
There are
so
consequences, well, I guess, but
basically, it's not like you have any money to pull from. But if you get a good house, then it's going to be pricey. All right, so I guess with that, who wants to describe their character first?
Well, Alice is the major person looking for an apartment, so she should go first, and then I'll go second since I made a character, and then Luca can go third.
Hello, I am Alice, ironic brand name Dame. I changed my name legally and illegally. I will not reveal my secrets. Wonk. My age is millennial because being more specific is just a little, I don't know, boomer. Um, so I'm how do I put this? I enjoy very narrow and oddly specific, expensive hobbies that require me to have a lot of money, which means I can crowdfund for any future content. Monetize all of your loved things. My major was philosophy and entitlement, which, if you squint at it, is kind of like a philosophy. So I double philosophied. My profession is influencer on Twitter, and no one knows how much I make, not even me. The reason I'm looking for a new house is that the communal living space, which my mother ungraciously calls the studio apartment that eight of you live in, has voted communally to send me on my way because I am streaming at all hours of the night, which is of course ridiculous of them, and I'm appalled. Um, I'm only looking for a one bedroom apartment right now because there's only one of me, but I'm willing to open myself up to the universe and perhaps find one that has, two or four. And of course, it has to be postmodern brutalism because, I mean, hello, duh. That's me.
Yeah, we're moving to New Orleans, by the way. Forgot that one.
Oh, yes. I'm moving, of course. Well, I'm looking for postmodern brutalism. Of course, I'm moving to New Orleans.
That's definitely where we're gonna find it. All right, my name is Orla. I'm 23 years old and I'm a geek. My college major was anthropology, and my profession is vlogger. I vlog for a living. I don't know how much that makes. Nobody does. I'm moving for college. I'm a transfer student from Ireland. I'm coming over here for college, over to New Orleans to go to college in New Orleans. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Number of bedrooms I would like is two. I want one roommate to help me pay the bills, and my preferred style is cheap.
These vloggers are all the same.
All right. My character's name is Tad Douchebag. He's 22 years old. His subculture is business major.
And he never fucking learned how to read.
That too. His college majors are accounting, finance, supply chain management, and technology management. This is not an indication of how smart my character is. This is an indication of how fucking worthless business majors are. I have 3, and it took no fucking effort. Current profession is unemployed because a business major is fucking worthless. You talk to any business school graduate who has a job, you know who they have? Dads. My reason for moving is please earn their jobs.
I know a job of mine once I saw a lady who put MBA after her name in her email signature like it was a title or something. And I felt my eyes roll out of my head and onto the ground.
Oh god. Ask her if somebody else paid for that or if she's an idiot.
Those aren't mutually exclusive.
Well, no, but if you pay for your own MBA, you're definitely. Anyways. I'm mad. Anyways.
Lol.
Number of bedrooms. I'm gonna say 3 because there are 3 of us, I guess. My preferred style is there are styles.
He has no style and he has no
I
grace.
have no grace. I thought business school would be a good idea. Truly, I'm the biggest fool of all. The one desire for my new place is close to a lot of jobs, hopefully, please. Which I don't think
So
anyone
you
wants
get in the
to-
place before the job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just hoping there's some job trees around.
I'm gonna shake that job tree and get a job. It'll be fine. All right. So let's begin, I guess, by drawing
All right,
drawing some stuff.
You're driving to Louisiana. Once you enter the state, you feel your hair stand on end, and then you reach New Orleans and you pass out. And when you awaken, you just find yourself in the realtor office. And there's a strange figure before you who says, "Behold, welcome to New Orleans. Tonight you will be visited by 3 realtors. If you wish to live here, you must choose one by the end of the night, or else, I don't know, leave." All right, so let us start drawing the first apartment. So, token 1 is a green token.
You don't have to tell us that. You can just tell us the aspects.
Well, we have to decide the aspects.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
All right. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned it before, but reds and greens stay out of the pile once they're used. Black tokens do not. All right. Second one is a red token.
Maybe we should do each one as they come out instead of doing all 3. Keep things flowing.
Yeah, either you can just tell us which 5 you draw, or you can give us one and then we do a bit about it, and then you give us the other ones sequentially.
All right. So yeah, you start with
The green.
Yep.
All right. So, Alice, you wanted like a brutalist architecture. That's a must-have. So this has that brutalist architecture that you're looking for. It's like
That sweet absolute inability to make it look like it belongs to humans.
yes. It's got
And what
like,
a lucky find. It's the only house that looks like this for miles around.
yeah, it's
Absolutely.
It's got
Feel the
gargoyles.
alienation.
It's got gargoyle water spouts. It's real good.
Feel the alienation.
This was previously owned by the band from Metalocalypse.
The red means
Oh hell yeah, content.
there's something wrong with it. So it's only got 1/2 bathroom. That's what I'm gonna suggest. Does anybody else have better suggestions than that?
Well,
It's
green
got
has
one-
good things, right?
Yeah.
We
What's
did
the
the good
good
thing.
aspect of it?
It's brutalist.
It's the aesthetic is dope as hell.
Yes, for the 1/2 bath. We have 1/2 bath, and please upload. It looks like this,
Nice.
including the H and the Russian word.
I'm angry. That is literally the half of a bath.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Just well, I guess we don't really need a sink if we have a bathtub. That's running water. That's what you need from a sink, right?
Yep. What's the next token that we got, Fafner?
It's a black token.
Oh, I've been picking all of them lately. So, Alice, what's the bad thing for this one?
This isn't bad. This is horrifying.
Yeah,
I'll
this
just
is
Beyond
read
horrible.
the copy. These represent cartoonishly horrifying aspects of an apartment. They go beyond the mundane apartment flaws to make the apartment a Kafkaesque hellscape.
I call this Bad Apartment 2.
Halfway through finishing this building, the architect lost his mind, and you can tell because some of the stairways just don't work mathematically, and looking at them makes your head hurt. And also everything else makes your head hurt. You worry that sleeping here might actually mean you die. You die in the game, you die in real life.
There are just copies of House of Leaves absolutely everywhere.
It actually just produces them. Like they just fall from the ceiling sometimes. You need to wear a hard hat at all times.
Don't like that.
All right.
Alright,
Read the book.
So, next token is red.
Wait, what's
I'm
the
sorry, I still have images.
what is the
Hmm?
price for this apartment?
We don't know until the overall desirability.
Okay.
I don't like that.
That's a completely straight hallway. It's just painted funny.
I don't like that at all.
Totally flat floor. I was gonna say that's part of the black token. Just some of the hallways look like this for some reason.
All right, Loka, what's the red token for this one?
Let's see. The red token is because we're living in a Lovecraft setting. We keep finding Lovecraft protagonists here. Just every week or so, the company that owns this house finds somebody squatting here, and they're just a Lovecraft protagonist.
I mean, that's workable, some content.
I mean, they're not going to keep showing up once someone actually lives here, right? They're not going to.
And if they do, content.
Right? And then just kind of like, yeah, I guess you got plenty of journals.
Yeah, I
But
can,
they write
I can
for some reason.
record. I can record the crazy people and their inane ramblings. That will surely not also drive me insane.
Yeah.
As long as you don't attempt to understand, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the fifth and final token is green.
Oh.
Utilities included. There's air conditioning.
Nice.
Yep. Even internet, and it's actually decently. It's actually at a decent speed.
All right, so if that's all, this apartment's overall score is 5, so it matches your preferred price, but it's too small for what you want, and you'll need to adjust your lives. Majorly inconvenient, 40 minutes to 1 hour commute, which doesn't seem like it really applies to you, given most of you are content creators and one of you, let's be honest, won't have a job.
Well, it's higher at speed, but really low latency, really high latency.
Mm-hmm.
It's also noisy and far from basic needs, so there's just way too much noise. There's going to be so much in your background audio for the vlog, so you don't know if this place is going to be great.
Also, all recordings of this place start to melt over time. So you got to get that file off your hard drive and onto YouTube server so you can destroy YouTube eventually.
For some weird reason, everybody who watches this video, my videos, dies in 3 days. It's really weird.
So I'm gonna say, instead of being too cramped, the house alternates between being too cramped and massively expansive depending on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty normal.
Has too many rooms and they're all broom closets. All right, so what's your nickname for this apartment before we move on?
I mean, the House of Leaves is too obvious, isn't it?
You got to do the House of Leaves.
I say we should leave this house. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh!
You could have just said it wasn't funny. God.
Actually, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm the Realtor of Power, and I've been monitoring you. I didn't get your last joke. Anyway, to sleep with all of you, and you pass out.
God, fuck.
And so, when you wake up, you'll notice a good aspect, because you're starting off with a green token in apartment number 2.
These are always the hard ones.
This one has 3 pretty decently sized bedrooms.
Nice.
And it comes furnished.
Ooh, that is fancy.
Ah, but how hard is it to get the furniture in there? Furniture experts.
Well, if it's already furnished, then it's gonna be in there already. So very
yeah,
easy.
the furniture's already in. We might want to move it around from what they already had set up, but other than that, it's pretty decent.
Well, we'll see if that furniture ends up being hideously ugly when we draw our next token. Oh, this one's another green.
Oh no, this place.
You're using up all your good ones.
Do you want to pick this one, Loka?
I don't know. What else is there to be good about?
This one is it's water adjacent. Has a view of the ocean.
I was gonna
nice.
suggest that it's right above a Starbucks, so we can just like go downstairs to the Starbucks every day. But I like water adjacent too.
Yeah, it's a green,
Yeah.
not a red.
Hey, so guess what?
Yeah.
Got another green.
Oh man, this is the
is
best.
just a really good
apartment.
All right.
This is just a normal ass house.
Yeah.
We have fiber optic internet.
Yeah, I like that.
And not at exorbitant prices. I mean, it's still expensive. It's still fiber optics, but
Yep. So now here comes trouble. It's a black token.
Well, do you want to suggest something, Jeff?
No, I don't have anything.
Does anybody else want to suggest something? Because I feel like I even when I talk, it's just like I'm always dominating. So
This is definitely the house where Jimmy Hoffa died, and he's still here.
as a ghost or a zombie or both.
I mean, no one's ever lived long enough to ask him. But if I were to gesture,
This
probably both.
it's haunted by several ghosts, all claiming to be Jimmy Hoffa.
And they all have very mutually exclusive stories about how Jimmy Hoffa died.
Anyway, that's what I would really have to Jimmy Hoffa.
God.
That's
Hi, I'm the Realtor of Wisdom, and I legally cannot confirm or deny whether or not they are really the ghost they claim to be.
Oh, fuck.
All right, and a red token.
Hold on. I'm sorry, now that I have reference images, I want to use them. Every room is decorated exactly like this.
All right, let's see.
Oh,
There
jeez.
we go. There's the.
Oh my
background.
God,
Everywhere.
it would literally be like living in a vaporwave video.
There are plastic tarps on all the floors in case you vomit from the migraine. You
What
kept
if-
staring at these walls.
What if your grandma was just like, you know what? My house isn't tacky enough. I need more power. More power.
God.
All right. So overall, that apartment score is a 6, which is also in the same range as the 5. So it matches your preferred price. Is somehow too small and still noisy, though I feel like that's visual noise in this case and ghost noise.
Yes.
I want to say every room has that bust that's sitting on top of the toilet. And it appears to just be the same bust that's rapidly teleporting because if you mark that bust in one room and walk into another room, it'll have the same mark. But if you smash it, it just reforms the next day. But it looks a little bit angrier. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, just before we go, what's the nickname for this one?
Apartments haunted.
Pop's gun.
Apartments on it.
Yep.
Apartment half a full.
Oh yeah, it's a half a full apartment.
You say the apartment's half empty.
All right. So I guess you just stare at the walls for a bit and you pass out. And so, what will be in the final apartment? Let's
Well, we
see.
got all of our black tokens, so here we go.
Yep. So the first one's red, though. It's not so bad.
I got something.
Go ahead.
It is a detached apartment in that you have to go through the hallway to get to like the bathroom and like the kitchen.
Oh no, it's like I'm back in my dorm. I hate this.
But it's only yours, but you have to go through a common area to get to it.
What the fuck? So I have a bathroom and I have an apartment, but there's a lounge area between the two.
Yes.
As the realtor of courage, I felt this was necessary. You should have to run a gauntlet every time you need to pee.
Look, if you don't have to fight for it, can you even value it?
Exactly. You get it. All right. Hey, lucky you. Another red token.
Alice, do you got one for this?
Red token. Okay, so you know that smell that's like the only thing that you can describe it as being is like the same smell that you expect from like an aquarium, but it's not, there's no aquarium present. The entire apartment smells vaguely like that smell, but not enough to be really bad, just enough for you to constantly be aware of it. Like a buzzing in the back of your head. Like an old friend, except that you hate them.
Old friend, except that you hate them.
Fuck that guy.
But like you keep inviting them to things, and every time they show up, you're like, "Oh, I hate that guy." Every time.
All right. So let's see.
I wonder if instead of the smell, it should just be that. Just be someone who keeps showing up and we can't get rid of them.
Where do you think the smell comes from?
Oh, fuck.
All right. So we got 2 reds thus far. So yeah, that's 2 points.
At least be affordable.
Anyway, here's a black token.
All right. The apartment came with a bearskin rug, but sometimes it comes to life and tries to kill us.
Sometimes, do you mean always? It just depends.
I thought this was
It's
supposed to be
not-
like a really bad thing, just like not like just something that happens all the time.
I mean, if anything, this will be great for the vlog.
Yeah.
I would reckon to say that that's not black. I would say that any animal derived product that is brought inside this apartment has a chance to become ambulatory.
I like that. That's good. Great for the vlog.
So
Do it for the
this-
vlog. Do it for the vine.
this house was claimed by a very vengeful fae. Doesn't really care for what humanity is doing to nature, so anything animal based or any animal injury gonna be, I will say, baseline obstacle. All right, so
Hold on, I like the idea of anything animal based because like you bring in a dog shaped toy and turns into a dog. But I also like the idea of anything dead coming back to life, like
my shoes, made out of leather, would start
Yeah.
moving and shit. Yeah.
yep.
or like you bring in a shampoo bottle that's made with fruit extract and the fruits just start bursting out of the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, that table right there just turns into a tree.
Yep.
That's fair.
All right, so next off, we've got a red.
Okay. I haven't done one in a while, so I'm gonna say it's all fresh carpeting. Actually, it's got hardwood floors, but they're creaky.
Oh, it's recently upgraded.
Yeah, recently upgraded hardwood floors, but they're creaky. Obnoxiously
Yeah.
creaky.
And they also occasionally turn into trees.
Yep, and they also occasionally turn into trees.
That's
It's-
not in the apartment. That is the apartment. It's different.
Yeah.
Jenner.
Gonna
Wow.
be kind of difficult to escape your animal hunters because the floors do creak. They will find you eventually either way, but the creaking is gonna give you away right in the middle of a chase.
And then our asshole friend who we can't get rid of walks up wearing his three wolf moon t-shirt, and the wolves jump off the t-shirt and try and kill us.
Cotton poly blend.
All right, so now that we're at the final draw, I should mention you did burn all of your good green tokens on the second apartment. So you only had reds and blacks available for this one. So it was turning out bad no matter what. And now it's going to turn out worse because it's a black token.
Alright,
How do we get worse than a constant necromancy spell?
this one is
It's-
underwater.
Oh, did we forget to mention?
I'm amazed you didn't notice that part.
We think of it as being more like
It's not water damaged, it's completely under the water. Sorry, Alice. go
Just
ahead.
to see is the thing.
we tend to think of it as being more of a how should we put it? A scenic property. You get to first you look out the window. What do you see? Blue. How often do you see everything is blue now? Hmm?
You know what
They say the color
everything's
blue might go
better
extinct in
down
a
where
few
it's wetter.
years.
See, there you go. You get to see the ocean before it's gone. It's great.
When global warming sinks everything else underneath the water, you'll be ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and with that, so the score for this one's a 1. So this one is $300 under preferred price. Hey, that's pretty good. $300 less a month, man, you can't beat that. Except it is unreasonably cramped. You'll need to change everything, and it does say actively dangerous, which I would agree with. I would certainly say, for just from the narrative you've weaved, this is a pretty hazardous environment you found yourselves in.
You mean completely underwater?
Yeah, in a very literal sense. And yet, despite being underwater, the floors managed to creak. It's
Yep.
really kind of impressive.
Yep, it's magical, shush.
So, what you gonna nickname this one?
Atlantis.
All right, so get done with Atlantis, and somebody's wallet probably came alive. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got a leather wallet. It's a cow now. Very mad sea cow chasing after you. Everything goes dark, and you find yourself back in the realtor's office. They say, "So, you've completed your 3 trials. Now choose, or be banished from New Orleans forever. Unless you want to do touristy things, in which case, you're free to come back."
I forget to take your medicine tonight. See,
All right.
I mean,
So we gotta
obviously,
go through
we go get
the
beignets
3.
first.
We got to go through the 3
Oh,
apartments one by one and say one thing we liked and one thing we didn't like.
Am I gonna go get
So,
beignets?
apartment 1, the House of Leaves.
That was my favorite one.
God, I don't even remember what the good things about that one were.
I like how it's a new experience every day. We'll wake up in a
It
new
is.
place every morning because it reforms itself around us overnight.
Yeah, it's awesome and also terrifying.
Mhm.
Those are 2 good things.
It's good
Yeah.
for the vlog. I dislike the weird mumbling people who wander around because some of them aren't really well clothed, and their gibberish keeps me up at night.
The nudity is gonna get you flagged on YouTube.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
you're gonna
give
get
them clothes
demonetized.
and then they're fine. It's like think of them less as intruders with no known motives and very concerning everything, and think of them more as you're never don't have guests, but in a good way, because that would be terrible otherwise.
Right. Of course. Of course. What do you like and don't like about it, douchebag?
I forgot to
Amazing.
name my character that. I was going to be upset. I thought I already said that, but I can't remember what I said now.
Nope.
Well, you know, like most of the places, I had good internet. Well, I say most. First
Yeah.
2. Second
That's
one went
most.
horribly wrong. Or third one, rather.
Yeah, the internet's nice. It'll help me with my job hunt. Don't like these hallways that appear to not be flat, but are in fact flat. I've fallen over literally all of them.
Think of it as training.
Just
For
keep your eyes
what?
closed. They won't notice
Training
you.
for what?
Well, sometimes, you know, you gotta train both your mind's eye and your body. You know, you look at that, your mind's eye thinks, there's a dip in the ground, and your body moves to adjust and fucks up. You got to improve both of them.
All right. What do you?
It's your chance.
What do you like and dislike about this one, Alice?
I think she said it.
Oh, she definitely said hers.
Okay. All right.
She
Sorry.
started it.
So the second apartment was the half a full apartments.
So I like that it's full of Jimmy Hoffas. It lets me run an anthology trying to figure out who actually killed Jimmy Hoffa with each. Like I can have each Jimmy Hoffa ghost as a guest on my vlog.
They do all give different answers, though, is the thing.
Right. Is this the house?
Yeah, and imagine if you tried joining that YouTube reunion.
Yeah.
There was so much advice.
Yeah, exactly. And is this the apartment with the plastic wrap on the floor, or is that the other one?
Yes, it is the blinding one.
Yeah, so I have a hard time. I don't like the plastic wrap all over the floor because it crunches when I walk and it messes with the audio of my vlogs.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what do I like and dislike? Well, as a business major, I have horrible taste in everything, so I like the design of this place.
Mm-hmm.
And as a business major, I don't like Jimmy Hoffa, so we're sort of opposites. We're I don't know which one of these is the real Jimmy Hoffa, but I don't like any of them.
What about you, Alice? Alice? Did she mute herself?
I muted myself and I was talking the whole time. On one hand, the mini Ghosts of Jimmy Hoffa screams content and also, like, cred. On the other hand, they could become dangerous at any moment, which is alarming. How's the internet? Because that's the only thing that actually matters to me.
It's good.
The internet's
It was a
good.
good one.
Yeah, it's fine. This one's good.
It was high speed, high latency.
Hmm.
What does the high latency mean?
That's bad for playing games and such because you have a lot of lag.
Oh, never mind. This place is terrible.
My
Okay,
LP
download
side
so
channel will
bad.
never take off.
This place is, as they say, canceled.
You have like 30-second Twitch delay
All
at
right.
best.
The third place. So I love the view. in the third-
Atlantis.
Yep, I love the view in the third place. All the fish. It's like being in an aquarium at all times.
Yeah, I also like the fish. I don't like the other animals.
Yeah, everything else.
Oh, don't
coming-
worry.
Sorry. Go
Even the
ahead.
fish are vengeful.
Yeah, everything else coming alive in here, not so much.
Yeah.
A lot of my beauty products are tested on animals. So that technically means that they come alive at all times.
We don't know if that counts, but hey, it's a good experiment.
Have you all done the second one?
Yeah, we're all done with the second one. We're on to the third one now.
Third one.
This is the one that's underwater and has the creaky floors and the stuff that comes alive.
On one hand, think of the mise en scene of such a place and how amazing it would be. On the other hand, can you even get internet underwater?
Don't feel like the internet was discussed at all, which probably means it sucks.
If I don't have internet, I actually literally die. I have a condition called being a millennial. So I'm not sure. I feel like that might be not a thing I can do.
I feel like then there'd have to be at least some Wi-Fi, because if you're just dead on arrival, then there's no thrill in the hunt. And the Fae wouldn't like that.
Dead on arrival.
You get
Um,
you get 1 bar of 4G in here.
Oh, that's cruel. But isn't the price good?
The price
Yeah,
is
it's
great.
$300 under your asking price.
It's also 300 meters underwater. So
I mean, we could just like go into town for like uploading, I guess.
yeah, we could go to the Starbucks that's right across the street.
There you go. See?
Yeah, do either you do live streams? You just do vlogging, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so now we've got to eliminate one. I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about these Hoffas.
Yeah, funnily enough, I think we're eliminating the one with the most green tokens, because I agree. I think the Hoffa Full House has got to go.
All right. So
Bye,
it's between
Hoffas.
the middle of the roadhouse and the one that is actively attempting to end your lives.
I mean, isn't that a little
Isn't
isn't it a
It
little
is.
harsh to the House of Leaves to say that it's actively trying to enter our lives? I feel like it's more passively, in a more sort of dignified and eldritch way.
I feel like it's more indifferent. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
really
not
care to
the
your
one-
plight as a human.
Like, will it kill you? Yes. I mean, does it care? No.
That's
Everyone
like
dies eventually.
actively trying to kill us. The underwater one is the one trying to kill us.
That is true.
So yeah,
But the rent though.
but
It's real good rent, and again, if we're being honest, one of you isn't going to have a job at any point, no matter how much he searches.
Oh,
No.
the first one has enough room for everybody, and again it changes every day, so we'll always have different sets. We don't have to go different places. I'm voting for the first one. I'm voting for the House of Leaves.
yeah. Yeah, I'm going for House of Leaves.
All right.
What about you, Alice?
So
I mean, you're the one who ultimately has to choose here because you're the one who's paying for everything. Because my vlogging career hasn't really taken off yet.
It's
Well,
true, you
as
were
an old-
flagged as the lead millennial.
As an old friend of mine who name was Zampano used to say, some things just fall apart like a house of thieves. I guess I'm gonna have to go with the first one.
All right, we got it.
They have chosen the House of Leaves. Realtor of power, take them away.
Drums of the deep.
And you awaken the next morning in your new home. So, just as a reminder, it's a little bit small. You'll have to adjust your lives a little bit. It's a bit noisy, but it does match your preferred price, to be fair. You know, the $300 off would have been nice, but you set out, you had a price, this one meets it.
Yay,
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
we did it. All right.
All right, everybody, how do you get along in your new homes?
Yeah, but let's jump to like 3 months from now. What's going on?
I feel like as the house continues to grow, we start branching out into farther and farther of it. Like just claiming more as being a part of our apartment because it just happens to be accessible through doors in our apartment. So it's kind of our apartment now, you know?
Yeah, there's been some trouble with me and myself from the parallel dimension since we started dating. So turns out parallel me is really messy and really argumentative, but she's really good in bed. So we're trying to work it out.
I don't know. I like the idea of Ted just fucking vanished one day.
He's probably a blood sacrifice, if we're being honest.
Or maybe, just maybe, he got out.
He found a job at the Starbucks across the street because there's also Starbucks across the street from this apartment.
You feel there's a Starbucks everywhere you go now.
Yeah.
The house actually traveled through time, and he got an accounting job at Enron.
Nice.
You just hear the whispers of Starbucks, Starbucks every time you turn a corner.
All right, we did it.
Starbucks is just the name of an eldritch god. Their logo, just a palatable version of what it actually looks like. We cannot actually see its true form.
You say that like it's not actually true.
Granted, yes. Which only means Starbucks' true form is so much more horrid. It would flay you alive were you to see it. Anyway. So that's it. 3 millennials found their great new apartment in New Orleans.
And one of them died.
He's still here as long as he's here.
Yes, he lives on in our memories. What was his name again?
And also in the whisperings of the walls at night, which we don't question ever.
Yep.
Not even
Actually
once.
whisper, douchebag.
We were
His
really
soul has
offended,
shattered to a
but then we were
thousand
like,
pieces.
oh, that's why.
There is douchebag shrapnel, and all of you just don't notice because it's soul shrapnel.
Of course, of course. All right, I'm gonna stop streaming now. Everybody good?
Yep.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.
Uh,